The out-of-the-box library that ships with Revit includes lots of components in several different categories. We saw several examples of this in the previous movie. I've since added a few additional items like a hot water heater, a couple countertops here in the kitchen, and these closet shelves and pulls in the closet. So feel free to explore those a little bit on your own. What happens if you need a component that's not actually available in the out-of-the-box library? Well, there's lots of places online that you can go to find content, and the one that's maintained by Autodesk is actually called Autodesk Seek. Now, we can get to Autodesk Seek directly from the software. So to do that, we can go to the Insert tab, and there's a search field available right here. So if I simply click in the search field and type in a keyword for the kind of item I'm looking for, it will run a search in Autodesk Seek and display the results for me in my web browser. So I'm going to type in tub and see if we can find some bathtubs out on Autodesk Seek. Now, Autodesk Seek includes both content provided by Autodesk and content from product manufacturers. So if we look over in the column at the left, we can see that the content source for the search results that appear here includes 238 items from manufacturers and 11 generic items. The generic items are the ones from Autodesk. So to simplify this list a little bit, I'm going to just limit it to the generic items for now. But if you want to explore what's available from manufacturers, feel free to do so on your own. Now you can see that there's some specialty tubs here at the top, and then there's a few various simple tubs here, some 2D, some 3D. Some of them are wall hosted, which is fine, but I think in this case, I'd rather have something that's freestanding. So I'm going to go with this one right here that's simply called Bathtub, and I'm going to click that link to open up that page. Now what you'll see here is that there's 4 different items in 4 different versions of Revit. Notice that they're all older versions. So it usually takes a while for the content on Seek to catch up with the current release, and they do this to keep it more compatible with more versions of Revit. So I usually recommend loading the latest version that your software can read. So in our case, that'll be this 2011 version right here, and then I'll select that, and then up here at the top, I'm going to click the download button. Now, if you haven't logged in to Autodesk Seek, it will ask you to log in now. So you'll need to log in, and you can use your standard Autodesk login for that. Then you get the option down here to either open or save the file, and this might vary depending on your browser, okay? So you'll get some sort of message about opening the file. Now, because it's an older version like 2011, in this case, it's going to display a dialog asking me if it's okay to upgrade that model. So I certainly do want to do that, so I'll choose Upgrade the Model, and that'll just take a few moments while it upgrades the family to the latest release. Now I'm actually inside that family. I'm in the family editor. Now, I don't really want to get into the family editor at this time. We're going to talk about it in detail in a later chapter. For right now, all I want to do is take this file that I have on screen and load it into my project. Now, I can do that over here with this button, and actually this one, Load into Project and Close, will simultaneously push it over to my project and then close the family file. So let's do that. And then you'll see that we get this bathtub now on my cursor. Now, the default size is a little bit small, so I'm going to come over here to the type selector, and I'm going to choose a better size. Now, if I scroll through this list here, you can see that the sizes are in imperial units, which will sometimes happen when you download content from various websites like Seek. So I'm just going to choose a size that should fit into the available space that I have, and this 60 by 30 inch public ought to do the trick. Now, this is a freestanding tub because I didn't choose the wall-hosted version, which means that I could really place it anywhere I want. I can use the same tricks that we talked about in the previous movie by tapping the space bar a couple times to rotate it around, and then it should fit nicely right into the corner of the room right there. Let me go ahead and put another one over in the corner of the room right here, and you can see how it highlights the walls and kind of snaps nicely into place. So I'll just go ahead and cancel out of the command. And if you want, you can search for additional items on Seek and place additional components in the model using the same process. But that's the basic steps that are involved in going out to Seek, searching for content that would not otherwise be available to you in your default libraries.